Hey there everybody, Gideon's Tactical here, doing a review for you of, for the first time on this channel, a Boker product. This is the Boker Trance knife. Give you some quick specs for you. We got a blade length of 2 3/4 inches. We got a handle length when it's closed of 4 inches. We have an overall length of 6 3/4 inches. And we have a weight of 3.2 ounces. So those are the basic specs for you. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. Right off the bat, I'm pretty impressed with this Boker. Again, this is the very first Boker product I've ever held, used, tested out. And overall, I'm very impressed with this little EDC blade, because this is definitely what this blade is designed for. It's an EDC blade. So let's go ahead right here. Just under 3 inches for the blade itself. Now, they come in two different styles. If it's blacked out, it comes partly serrated. You cannot get a plain edge serrated. A plain edge blacked out blade. Or you can get the plain edge and it's a satin finish. So that's just the way it is. You can't really get around it. So this is the blacked out version with the half serrations. Good serrations there. Like that. Good teeth, going to tear well. 50% serrated, 50% plain edge. Good razor sharp plain edge. The blade is made out of AUS-8 steel. Love AUS-8. Very good budget steel made in Taiwan. The Boker company is out of Germany. Any Boker Plus product, if you see a little plus sign there, that means it's going to be made overseas in either Taiwan or China. Full flat grind, love that. Gotta love the full flat grind. And the plain edge and serrated both are really good quality in the blade shape. I love the reverse tanto design because you got lots of belly, good belly here to slice and cut. But it comes down to a really good precise tip. And that's what I love also is the blade thickness. It's nice. It's just, I think, the perfect thickness. And it comes down to this blade tip that is precise enough for me to get, splinters out or do some detail work, but strong enough that I'm not worried about this thing chipping and breaking on me. So I'm very impressed with that tip design, and I like that reverse tanto tip. The coating itself, any type of coating, it's going to wear off, it's going to scuff, it's going to chip and get nasty over time. Just makes you look like you use your knives, which is good. But yeah, this coating is already starting to chip on me a little bit in certain areas, and I've only used it here for a couple weeks now. So that is that with the coating. So satin finish if you want the plain edge. You're going to get stuck with the coating, black coating, if you want the serrated. So that's the blade itself. Really like that design. It's very good. Let's go on to deployment. Whipping it out. Okay, we got two options here. One works great. One is basically a joke. We're going to look at the joke first. It has a finger flipper, and they towed it that way, and hey, it's a finger flipper, and it's going to be awesome. This is not a good finger flipper. Two reasons. One, it's so far back on the handle that when you're holding it in your hand, you really want it to be up here where your thumb is, whereas it's down here, I really have to either crunch my finger down, and then I don't get good leverage on it, and you can see I'm trying to whip it out here. See, I'm even putting my wrist into it, and I cannot get it to go. Or you have to scoot down a lot further, and even then, it's really hard and almost impossible, there we go, to get it to open with that finger flipper. So the finger flipper is kind of a joke in the sense that for deploying it. On the other hand, the thumb studs are fantastic. It comes with thumb studs as well. They're really big, large, centered away from the handle good enough. They machine the handle scale so that it goes down. And it is great for deploying. Boom. I can whip that out, no problem. I love the way that those thumb studs work. The thumb studs have great action to them, great purchase, and work fantastically well, whereas the finger flipper is basically a joke. So just FYI on that, if you're a finger flipper person, you're like, I got to have a finger flipper, this is not a very good finger flipper, and you're going to regret it. Thumb studs, though, fantastic. Love that. And that brings us to the deploying action. We got a nylon washer in there. I believe it's just nylon washers. I do not see a brass or bronze bushing in there as well. But it whips out super fast, super smooth. Reminds me a lot of Spyderco products. I don't really even have to put my wrist into it. I can just put my thumb into it, and I mean, it just snaps out, whips out super smooth. No graininess or anything like that. Very smooth deployment in that. Let's go ahead and look at ergonomics. The ergonomics for you, I really like this design over, say, like Spyderco designs. Here's a Spyderco. See, with the big thumb ramp, I prefer to have a really large finger choil on the bottom and a nice flat thumb ramp down here. I mean, and no thumb ramp down here. Just for me personally, I like those ergonomics better. And these ergonomics on this particular Boker Trance are awesome. I really like it. I wear large size gloves. It feels good in my hand. Still got enough hanging out here. I got the finger flipper does act as a really nice finger guard. So, I mean, you can stab with it and it's not going to, your hand is not going up there. Does give you jimping as well. A good amount of jimping right there as well as machined into the handle. So the jimping is really good. And this finger guard down here work really well for your ergonomics, and you're going to be able to do all the EDC tasks that you would need to do. Opening boxes, cutting through cardboard, preparing maybe some food, slicing open packaging, all those different things. The lockup and ergonomics of this particular blade is really good, and I like it a lot better than, say, some other knives that I've held. Just feels really comfortable in my hand. It is thinner than a lot of knives, and I like that as well. The hand itself is very thin, but it doesn't feel weird in my hand. It fills out my hand really nice and well. Feels really good in my hand. And again, like I said, I have full purchase and my pinky's not want to come off. And that's the lockup and ergonomics, so very good. I'm very impressed with that. Let's go with the liner lock. This is a frame lock. Sorry, it's not a liner lock. This is a frame lock design. I love frame locks. And it does an extremely good job of locking up. Gets 50% there. It's nice and strong and thick. No blade play left, right, up, down. Extremely solid lockup on this particular knife. And every time that you open it, locks in perfectly centered without any problems there. The problem that I have with it, if you can see here, is that it is flush with the handle, which is not a good thing, because when I go to just close it, I can't really close it any way I try and move my thumb. See, my thumb is just slipping off. I cannot close it. I really have to use my fingernail to close it, so I use my index finger to pull it and close it. Locks out, and then I have to, every time, now I can do it one-handed, and I can do it, and with a little bit of playing, it doesn't really bother me, but you got to have good fingernails. If you cut your fingernails really short, you're not going to be able to really close this knife, or it's going to be very difficult for you, because you basically have to do it this way and pull the liner lock, the frame lock away when you do it, because my thumb will not. I really got to work on it to get it to catch. So the frame lock is very good and solid. It's just very difficult, and I would have liked to either see the scales machined up a little bit higher, or the frame lock down a little bit further, so you could just purchase it easier. We got an FRN scale on this side, which kind of leads us to the weight. 3.2 ounces, perfect weight for EDC, under 4 ounces. Nice, good. There's some texturing there. Very good texturing, you can see. Little machine grooves in there. And it's just nice and thin pillar construction. Again, that's where you're going to get the lightweight. Is the pillar construction, and that steel handle frame on the other side is machined out. So nice and lightweight. And again, feels really good in my hand, even though it is a very thin blade. You're not going to feel it in your pocket. I really like that feature that you don't feel it in your pocket. Finally, the pocket clip, tip up, tip down, righties only. Very similar to a lot of Spyderco pocket clips, but very good. It's going to ride very low in your pocket, and I like that a lot. Very low in your pocket. Either way you carry it, nice and strong. Design, nice steel. And I really enjoy the design of this pocket clip. It's very, very good, and I like that a lot. Nice big paracord lanyard hole if you want to put a lanyard on it. Overall, just very impressed with this little blade. Now, the Boker Trance is discontinued. Now, they are still very accessible online, but as years go on, I'm sure they're going to get less and less available, and the price is going to go higher and higher. So the Boker Trance is still available, though it is a discontinued item, and I would recommend it. It's a little bit different. The only downside that I really see to it is the frame lock is a little difficult to get used to, but aside from that, it's a great little EDC blade and definitely worth your consideration. So I hope this has helped you out. Thanks for watching. Stay equipped, stay prepared, and I'll see you out there.